Solo Mama Joy writes, much needed information. Lesley has lots of good information that is much needed in this world today. I wish I had this information years ago to prevent what I went through, but her wisdom still can make an impact for me now. I highly recommend Lesley's podcast. I hear you. I agree, and thanks for the recommendation. You know, it's never too late to learn and apply the knowledge to create a better future for yourself and for those around you. And speaking of good information, hey Survivor, welcome to episode 58 of the Vibrant Survivor podcast. Have you heard of ACEs or adverse childhood experiences? Well, I don't know about you, but my community is in crisis right now, and children are signaling that they are not okay. Teen violence has escalated, families' lives are being changed in the most devastating ways. Citizens are outraged, and folks are wondering how we got here and where do we go from here. Can you relate? If you're ready for some information about ACEs, grab a notebook and pen, and let's dig in. Hey Survivor, welcome to the Vibrant Survivor podcast. Do you want to disconnect from a narcissistic or toxic situation and heal? Are you Googling how to identify a narcissist, narcissistic abuse, and boundaries? Are you feeling stressed and lonely while trying to avoid being sucked back in and lied to again? Hey, I'm Lesley. As a busy wife and mom, I fell for the lies and manipulations of narcissists. I wasted my time, talents, and money on users who kept moving the goalposts. I wanted real relationships and business opportunities and to enjoy life with my family. Instead, I struggled with anxiety, panic attacks, and insomnia, and I couldn't trust my body or anybody until I took a holistic approach to healing. In this podcast, you'll find tips for healthy living, trauma healing, and boundaries so that you'll have the freedom, confidence, and inner peace to respond, not react, after narcissistic abuse. Take a deep breath in, let it out slowly, and just relax. This time's for you. I'm so excited. This month, the Vibrant Survivor podcast turns 1. So I'm doing a giveaway of some of my favorite things. Go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review for the show. Take a screenshot, then send it to support@lesliekane.com by January 24th. And I'll enter your name into a drawing and announce the winner on January 26th. More to come, and thanks so much for listening. The senseless fatal assault on 16-year-old Preston Lord on Halloween has put a spotlight on teen violence throughout the Phoenix East Valley and beyond. Citizens are outraged, crying for justice and change from the top down. And I gotta tell you, it's tough being a teen parent right now. And as someone who's been in close proximity to another homicide case, this current crisis hits a little differently. I've spoken at a town council meeting and sat in attendance at a couple more of them. I've met with community activists, had numerous talks with my own family over dinners, walked, worn orange, listened to victim stories, read articles, looked at news stories and social media posts. I probably won't be on the jury for this, and wrestled with my own trauma responses. And it's so clear to me what's happening on all sides. Here's a breakdown of ACEs and 4 things you can do right now for your health and well-being. ACEs, or adverse childhood experiences, are potentially traumatic events that occur between 0 to 17 years old and can negatively impact your health and well-being as an adult. Typically, they are placed in 2 categories. One is abuse or neglect. This could include recurrent physical abuse, recurrent emotional abuse, sexual abuse, emotional neglect, or physical neglect. And 2 is household dysfunction. This could include a substance abuser, an incarcerated household member, chronic depression, suicidal tendencies, institutionalization or mental illness, a parent treated violently, one or no parents due to divorce, abandonment, or death. Now, ACE questionnaires are available online for you to take, and this can be used as a screening tool, no shame, to see how many you have. Like I always say, know who you are. The more ACEs you have, the higher the health risk, up to and including early death, especially if they're left unchecked. And interestingly enough, the top health risks for ACEs coincide with the top killers in the US, including heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and stroke. The other thing that you need to realize is that ACEs are common. According to the CDC, about 64% of U.S. adults reported that they had experienced at least one type of ACE before age 18, and nearly 1 in 6, or 17.3%, reported that they had experienced 4 or more types of ACEs. And the most problematic category has increased since the original ACE study and the follow-up study. While the average sits at about 1 to 3 ACEs, and other categories have improved over time. That being said, here are 4 things you can do to help. 1 is to educate yourself and others. Learn about ACEs and tell a friend or a family member. After all, knowledge is power, and we're here to take our power back, survivor. Specifically, you can take the ACE questionnaire to see where you stand. Number 2, cultivate community. This would include making a shift, I think mentally and just practically speaking, from me to we. Community solutions help the environment and individuals in it. And some individuals, quite frankly, may not be able to fully participate based on what has happened to them or what is currently happening to them. Side note, I'm seeing this play out with what's going on in my community in the aftermath of Preston's passing. So what can you do here? Well, what lights you up that can help with any community efforts? You can form or join a committee and do what you can. Number 3, be ready with resources. Have a plan and prepare to guide others towards people, products, and services that can meet their needs. A lot of times it's hard for anyone, really, to admit that they need help, let alone seek the help. And we are seeing that play out too, with the families of the suspects not coming forward, not turning their kids in, and it's hard for everybody. However, local businesses, organizations, and people may be willing to help with what they have and come together to do some good within the greater community. Number 4, create safe, stable, nurturing relationships and environments. After all, you are who you hang with and where you hang out. Creating these safe environments and relationships helps you to thrive, not just survive, and to focus on healing. Focus on strengths, not weaknesses or deficits, and provide opportunities, especially for the younger generation, our kids, to live, learn, and play in a healthy way. At the same time, adults need this too, to live, learn, and play in a healthy way in a safe, stable, nurturing environment. Let's recap 4 things you can do to lessen the impact of ACEs in your spaces. 1, educate yourself and others. 2, cultivate community. 3, be ready with resources. And 4, create safe, stable, nurturing relationships and environments. Remember, high ACEs in your spaces are not healthy for lifespans. If this podcast has helped you understand who and what you're dealing with, sharpen your discernment, and move forward on your healing journey, share it with another survivor. Help me help others by leaving a review for the show. And let's connect on social. Take a screenshot, share it in your IG stories, find and tag me at The Vibrant Survivor, and I'll share your post too. I look forward to connecting with you on IG and seeing you back here. You're not alone and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care, and I'll meet you back here next week. Bye-bye.